Kelly. Undisputably one of the best pop singers of today, and I'm gonna say of all time. Her voice is fantastic, her tone is amazing, the way that she uses her voice as a singer is incredible, and now she is a judge on The Voice, or a coach really. And I think that she's an ideal pick for a coach. I would pick her if I was on The Voice. And there's 3 reasons why. She was a contestant in the past, so she knows her way around a game show. Reality show, I guess. She has had a career that's had a lot of hits. She's done very well in her career. And she's technically a fantastic singer. Okay, so her time as a contestant. When she was on American Idol, it was an unknown show. It was the very first season. In fact, when she first auditioned, the judges didn't even really remember her. They let her go to Hollywood after she sang "At Last My Love." She sang great, but they didn't remember it. It was Tamira, it was Justin Guarini who had really stood out. And so Kelly did some great vocal performances. She was so young and was so impressive with what she was doing at the time. And then she got to that performance of Aretha's "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman." And she got to the bridge. "Oh baby, what you done to me, and I don't wanna be close to you, you make me feel so do." But she did that note like 2 or 3 octaves higher than what I just did. And people were like, what the Snapple has just happened? Because they were not expecting that from her. They knew that she could sing, but did they know that she could sing? Maybe not until that moment. And that's the way that she played this game. Kelly, if you've watched videos of her, always talks about how she loves playing games and she loves winning at games. And she did that with American Idol, where she took time to kind of unfold her talent, to say, okay, I can do this and I'll do stuff like that there, and it was amazing. And then I'll do an Aretha song and I'll do it amazing. And then all of a sudden, what the heck, I have a whistle note too. So I think she's very strategic, and she has wisdom in being able to coach of, okay, what should you do this week? What should you wait on until next week? A couple weeks later, she got laryngitis when she was going to do "I Surrender" from Celine. Great song, and her performance turned out to be great. You could tell that she was sick. Her vocal was a little bit strained, and yet they loved it. The judges loved it. I mean, and obviously she stayed in. But I think that's another reason I would love to choose Kelly as my coach, is she was able to make it through the rigorous process of doing a reality show like this, of having to sing every week, of having to learn a new song that may result in sickness like it did for her, and yet still be able to perform when it came time that she needed to, and to kill it. And she did, and she made it all the way to the end and to a moment like this. So she knows how to navigate a reality show very well. I think that Kelly has made a lot of choices in her career that were very wise about how she's going to do things and how she's going to get from point A to point right now, from Idol all the way to here. She was on a contract with RCA basically from the moment that she signed on with Idol until I think 2016, maybe whenever Piece by Piece and that cycle ended. When she first came out with Thankful, I believe that she sort of had to fight to have Miss Independent as the first single. And she was very much like, okay, I know a moment like this is what you guys wanted me to look like. You wanted me to be sort of like a Celine Dion type, singing these big ballads, but that's just not me. And she wanted to show, okay, I'm a bit more fiery, and I've got this R&B soul kind of pop thing going on. And I love that song. I think that her vocal on it is so good, and I think it established her and established American Idol as not just a one-hit wonder, but it was like, okay, this is a person who could have a career. After Miss Independent, there was Low, there was The Trouble with Love Is. They didn't hit as much. They didn't make her more of a superstar, I don't think. I think they're good songs. I love Low. But it wasn't until Breakaway when she really started churning out what turned out to be huge hits. And I think it was a combination of her choices with the label's choices. They saw the trend of Ashley Simpson and Avril Lavigne moving pop into pop rock. And they're like, okay, here's some Kelly songs that are going to do this, that are going to drive in the same way. Since You've Been Gone, Behind These Hazel Eyes, Walk Away. And maybe it wasn't the pop R&B style that Kelly wanted to be known for, which she's now kind of more recording. But it was very strategic. Again, just like she was strategic on the show, she was in her career, because she said, okay, I'm going to sing songs that maybe they're not exactly my genre, but they fit me. I like them. I can sing them well. She can sing them well, so well. And she still does, in fact, years later. But it almost became a shaping of her identity with those songs, because she did many other songs that became hits in the same vein of Since You've Been Gone. Never Again, My Life Would Suck Without You, Stronger, Catch My Breath, Heartbeat Song, all with this same kind of upbeat, rockish vibe. And it did well for her, because now she's had so many hits that she has enough to tour consistently and to maintain her career and to do a Vegas residency if she wants to in the future. And now it's also given her the freedom, now that she finished her contract from the Idol days, to be able to go back to more of the Miss Independent sound of pop R&B, which is what she really loved to do. But because she made the wise choices in the past, she's now able to get to this point where she has the freedom to kind of make the records that she wants to make, which is ultimately what every artist is kind of striving for. So I would love to have her as a coach post-voice, just to tell me, like, what decisions should I make at this point? Help me go from point A to point B so that I can establish myself beyond just a moment like this. Kelly's voice itself is just fantastic. Her tone is so beautiful and so unique. And your tone is kind of like your voice. It's what sets each person's voice apart. And it's something that you're born with. It's not something that you can necessarily change, but you can hone it. And I think that's why Kelly would be a great coach to help singers hone their tone piece by piece. But also she has an amazing range, and she knows how to use that range from low to high. She could coach and train on that very well. She's been able to use her range from 2002 all the way till now and still belt out those high notes of Miss Independent, Since You've Been Gone. I mean, songs that are very difficult to sing. She's made it from being in her 20s, early 20s, to being in her 30s and still able to sing them with as much gusto, with as much clarity, just so well. And her voice is probably even better now, I think, than it was when she started, and she was great then. And so I think she has a lot of wisdom to offer about, here's how you can take your voice now, choose songs that are good for you, and then continue to build over the years to be the best singer you can possibly be. And that's someone that I would want training me, to tell me, okay, these are the exercises that you need to do to make sure you're going to be okay from here till 16 years later and beyond. So, Kelly, good luck. I hope you win The Voice. You're a killer coach. Just saying.